Now on your CPU, there's going to be a little arrow at the bottom, and your motherboard is going to either have an arrow on the actual plate or the little plastic thing that's protecting the actual whatever CPU installation socket. There's going to be two little hooks up here. You just line that up with the tightener thing and you clip it into the little thingy right there. That is a CPU. Now this is an NZXT Z790 motherboard. We're going to be installing it into the NZXT H9 flow case. So we're going to install our NVme. There's going to be a little slot right here. You just go ahead, put that in there. I'm going to use the one that came with the actual motherboard. So you're going to put this back on. Magnetic. So now we're going to go ahead and install our RAM. Same RAM I pretty much always get. There's T-Force, a DDR5. I like it. Looks cool. And it works very well. Does its job, boys and girls. You go in slot 2 and slot 4. You get all 4. It doesn't matter which order you put it in. But we do not have 4 sticks for this computer. So now I'm going to take our 3M tape off of our back plate that came with our AIO, and we're going to put this on, and we're going to take our little thingies and screw these down. I'm going to go ahead and bolt this into the actual case over there. So actually, one thing I do want to make a note about with this motherboard is you are undoubtedly going to want to get a magnetic screwdriver without a single doubt in my mind, because it has these heat sink plates and all of that stuff. They have little holes, and you need to reach down in there in order to actually get the screw in there. So if you do not have a magnetic screwdriver, I highly recommend that you get one if you get this motherboard. So the graphics card that we ended up going with for this computer is just an MSI RTX 4060. This is a great graphics card for 1080p gaming and then entering into 1440p gaming territory. At 1440p medium settings, you're going to hover between 85 and 100 FPS. And then at 1440p high settings or ultra settings, you're going to hover around the 60 frames per second mark. This is not a 4K graphics card, so if you're looking to play games at 4K, definitely do not get this. But overall, it's a very clean, nice looking RTX 4060. It's going to fit this build very well for what it is. So basically, it's going to come with a thing. You're going to have to remove that, and then it's going to come with 4 little rubber stoppers. Obviously, you're going to want to remove that as well. Here's the ports for you. It's got 3 display ports and then 1 HDMI. Forgot to say to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment.
I hate saying it just as much as you probably hate me saying it, but if I do not say it, like 1% of you will actually do it.
Like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. So just push the little plastic thing down, and there's going to be 2 little rivets here. Make sure that you actually line this up with a little part, or else it's not going to fit in the PCIe slot correctly. It's kind of a pain in the butt. There we go. This is the HD audio. It's going to be on this side of the actual motherboard. I really do. I love the way that NZXT lays everything out on both their they know people want to do nice cable management and they want to hide all their wires. So the way they design everything, it's very cool the way they design stuff. All right, guys, I can't film that for you. There's no way I'm going to be able to figure that out filming it. So I'm going to go ahead and move my camera so that I can actually install this. Okay. There's no way I would have been able to but you see how they design everything so everything is so well hidden. It's one of the reasons that people like NZXT stuff. Actually, before I forget, I want to show you the power supply that I actually ended up getting. We got a Corsair RM7 750E. The reason that most people get Corsair power supplies is, one, it's a Corsair power supply. It's a name brand. It's very well rated. It's been tested. It's been stress tested. and people like them because of that. But I'm just being honest, okay? Power supplies now do not really matter, okay? You can get this, you can get an APVIA power supply, you can get, so to be fair, the APVIA power supplies are the only lower end ones that I've used. So one of the benefits of this power supply, however, is that it is fully modular. So the reason that people like fully modular power supplies is for cable management. It is very simple when you don't have, because nowadays, I'm going to show you, there's very few computers that still use the SATA connectors, and if you do use these, it is to power like a fan hub or power some sort of fan, or if you get an SSD or a hard drive in 2024 for some reason when NVMe's are less, and they're like 5 times faster, if not more, then these are kind of pointless. However, it's nice to be able to like pick and choose which ones you want to install. So we're going to need one of these for the graphics card. This is the PCIe cable, and then this is going to be our extensions, the white extensions. So we're going to keep that out. So we need our CPU. So that's not what this. So this is for the 40 series, which is actually pretty cool. I would not expect a 750 watt power supply to actually come with this. So that's actually pretty cool. So you can see why people like fully modular power supplies. It's going to make cable management extremely simple. So we got one. So this is for one CPU. And then this is the second CPU. We got 4 wires, where most power supplies would have all of this, like all of this. So we would have like 3 different fan and SATA things. We would have so like you can see like why people like fully modular power supplies. And this one I actually like to fluff the CPU one up top, and I actually like to fluff the motherboard as well. But the one for the graphics card, I do like using the teeth to organize the wires a little bit more. Got one more screw here for the AIO to mount to the thing, and then we're going to go ahead and put the plates on the actual pump. And then we're going to put the thermal paste on the CPU, mount the CPU cooler, and then that's the final build for the computer. You guys can see building a computer it's pretty simple. It's not hard. Almost looks like it's been used. This is brand new, but doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know if it is. Yeah, you can see it. See how it's like bright here and then it's like not bright? It almost looks like it's been used. Now, this is the way that I like to explain this is it depends on your CPU. So there's square CPUs where I will use an X or just a P, and then there's Intel CPUs where I like to use the rice because of the shape of the actual CPU. So depending on the CPU that you get, the way you apply the type of thermal paste is way more important than the way you put the thermal paste on. And because this was the last one that I used, I'm going to go ahead and tighten this one. So that one's the most tight. And then I'm going to come up here because this was the second to last one. And I'm going to tighten that one. And then tighten that one. And tighten that one. And then make sure that it's there. And he only wanted the normal NZXT fans. So we just got a different hub for all this, and I had an extra. I actually have a few extra hubs because my favorite fans, the 6-pack was out of stock, so there was only 3 packs. So I was ordering a bunch of 3 packs, and now I have a bunch of extra hubs. Because those really are, because this makes such a big difference in the controlling of your actual, like the lighting on your computer. It really does make a big difference. And that's everything, man. It's all built. She is all built. Plug it in, turn it on, and make sure everything works.